because it is one that I cannot go without. I got the Duo a while back. I have one in my work bag, and I have one that I keep in my purse because my skin is ultra dry. Sometimes just a cream is not enough for me. And if you can relate to that at all, I really encourage you to try the Hand Salve, because this is that intense hydration. The guys actually call it putting on an invisible glove, and they will explain why. All I know is it works for me a teeny tiny little bit, and it is gonna help me with ashiness on my skin. If you have issues around the knuckles and between the fingers, I've been known to put it on elbows, on heels, anywhere you need super intense hydration that legitimately stays all day long. The Hand Salve is for you. They saved this for my show. We're doing a duo. You're actually going to get 2 of these today. They're a huge customer pick. We do have auto ship available as well. That's how you lock in the price, the shipping. You can customize how often you receive this. A little bit goes a long way. This is the one I have at home, the honey and orange blossom. You get the sweet warmth of honey, and then I love that pop of citrus from the orange. We also have Pure with 0 fragrance at all. If you just want to lock in that hydration, really treat your hands with no fragrance, pick up the Pure. We also have the Vanilla Absolute, which, as I mentioned, is a grown up, warm, beautiful, real vanilla. Down here, we've got the honeyed grapefruit. This is the one they say will make you extra happy. It is a beautiful fragrance. And then we have the sweet grass. Josh and Brent are joining me live. They're in Sharon Springs, New York right now, joining us via Skype. Guys, this has been a personal savior for me in my hands. And I love to put it on right before I go on the air too. I just, since I was a child, have had the driest hands to the point where I feel like I can't even close them sometimes. It's crazy how bad it is.
I love your choice of words and that it was a savior for you, because we call this the hand salvation. This is hand salvation, Michelle, because this is a little bit different from even our own goat milk hand lotion. Is because it not only has the goat milk, which is going to provide you all that rich moisture that your skin just drinks in, but we also have sunflower seed oil wax. Now, if you look at the texture, let's get a close-up of the texture. You can see it's almost like the consistency of a block of cream cheese. It's kind of thick. And when you scoop it out, you don't even need really that much to cover both hands. You see it's kind of solid, but then it starts to melt with the natural warmth of your skin. And that sunflower seed, your skin first drinks in that goat milk, then the sunflower seed oil wax melts next and seals in all that moisture. And we say it forms that invisible glove over your hand to hold in all of that moisture.
It is the most intense treatment that we make. And it's funny because this was always one of those products that people like you that always had, hand issues, loved. It was kind of a steady seller. The people, people who loved it.
Kind of a cult following.
And then recent times, we know what happened, all the hand washing. Over the last 5 months, this has exploded because it really does form this sort of this invisible protective glove over your hand. So it's sunflower seed wax, it's natural, it actually seals the goat milk moisture in while protecting against some of the environmental stressors that hit your hands. And when you're washing your hands constantly and sanitizing your hands constantly right now, you need that intensive treatment.
You're so right. Sometimes it feels like you just can't keep up. Your hands are always just needing that extra attention. And before all this craziness with constant sanitizing and washing, hands would get very dry, and think about it. You're using them all day long. Maybe you're driving and they're getting hit by the sun. You're getting your nails done. You're constantly using them. They need that extra love. That is where the Salve comes in. And you guys had mentioned, winter's coming and we know what happens in the cold weather. This will be a godsend for you. And anyone who works outside also, you have got to have this. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And so it's not just if you have dry skin, if you have perennial dry skin, also situational. So if you are, every time you do dishes, if you get dry hands when you do a lot of dishes, put them on before you do the dishes. If you have a pool and the chlorine bothers you, put this on. You can even put it on all over your body before you go swimming to protect a little bit from that chlorine.
If you're going to go out and do some garden cleanup work for the autumn or the winter, put it on before you go out and do it.
Windy days. If you always get those dry spots here, windy days, put a little bit of this on before you go out.
And do you know what I discovered?
What's that?
You know what I discovered last year? Was that, when you're decorating if you're doing a live Christmas tree and you're decorating the Christmas tree and there's all that pine tar and it gets all over your hand and you just cannot wash it off, if you put this on before you start doing your Christmas decorations with live greens, it forms that invisible glove so that tar doesn't even stick to your hand, and then you can just wash it right off.
So do think of it as it's a before and after treatment. So before you do anything that you know is going to bother your hands, put it on, and then after, put it on to soothe your hands.
I love it on my cuticles
Marlo,
too. Yeah, all the time. And sometimes
Marlo actually had a great suggestion.
What's that? Go ahead.
Marlo had a great suggestion, was that she put it on and then she put on a pair of cotton gloves over top of it and slept in it and gave herself like an overnight paraffin treatment. Paraffin is petroleum, so we don't recommend the paraffin, but it's almost getting that exact same type of treatment on your hands.
The sunflower seed.
That's right.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to spot treat, right? I get weird, I'll get an area just on the side of one finger that gets super dry, or maybe it's your elbows or your knees. You can spot treat, but it is fantastic. I cannot say enough about it. It is very well loved. There's nearly 250 perfect 5-star reviews. This was saved for this show specifically. We do have auto ship. You're getting 2 of them, just so you guys know. They're individually boxed as well. If you want to gift them free shipping, you just choose honey and orange, pure vanilla, honey grapefruit, or sweetgrass. Give it a shot. I mean, you only have to try it one time to see what it can do for you. But remember, you've got till the end of January, by the way, for our extended holiday returns. So very exciting. Also, speaking of constantly washing our hands, sanitizing our hands, I wanted to show this, Josh and Brent, because it is new, and I am so happy that you offer it now. Beekman has hand sanitizer in a set of 3. These huge 12-ounce, they have a pump, and the fragrances are amazing. So if you want to try them, go to our website, type in Beekman hand sanitizer, and you're gonna see it there. I'm gonna give you a little peek at it here. This is